So a lot of you seem surprised. A lot of you seem shocked to see this place packed, and that's kind of the point. I'm a little surprised myself, and that seems to be the issue. People like illusions. People like to play games. People like to live in the shadows, which is why all of these different controversies or controversies, depending upon your part of the world, that's why they've developed. You see, these people are not real. They're an illusion. Holographic images. And this simply proves my point, that it has become much too easy to manipulate the circumstances here on Flashbang. But I have gotten to the bottom of one of our many mysteries. You see, we have been trying to figure out for months who stole the mask of Deluna, and I have made an interesting discovery thanks to a little bit of a tip. And I've since spoken with Deluna, so he is already abreast of the situation, as is his friend, the Bulldog Grant Martin. You see, as it turns out, the person who stole Shere Khan's mask was hired to do so. That was not what confused me or what intrigued me. What intrigued me is that same person was also hired to run down Punk Master Ghost in cold blood. And now I have the evidence to prove it. And you might ask yourself, who would have the capabilities to pull that off? Is there going to be a match here tonight? Will we get some measure of revenge? And believe me, I requested it. I wanted them in this ring, but you see, that's where the kicker is. They're not allowed to fight in this ring. So, I will take the fight to them. I'll see you all tomorrow. Did he just... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Friday Night Flashbang. Did he just imply Warzone ran down two of our wrestlers? What in the world? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a blockbuster announcement from the Omnigeek. It was someone from Warzone who not only ran down Punk Master Ghost, but was hired to steal the mask of Shere Khan? You gotta be kidding me. Anyway, well, we are off and running, ladies and gentlemen, and, whoa, that is, I was not ready for that right off the top of the, man, I have feelings about that. And I have feelings about some of the people that we're going to hear from tonight, because apparently Warzone has decided they're going to clog our inbox like some kind of needy person trying to slide into your DMs, and I'm not having it right now. I don't want to have to deal with these voices in my head. Speaking of which, I don't want to have to deal with this man.
Hi. This is my audition for Heel 1 for Flashbang. Darn you, Fate. You can't defeat evil bad guys of the Empire with Dark Lord oh, wait, he's buried. So, can I start over? Okay. Darn you, Fate. I'll get it in post. I hope my audition was well. Thank you for the opportunity to be on one of the greatest shows on television, Flashbang. Later that night. This is gonna be so great. I'm gonna get like so many autographs from Apex and everybody else. It's gonna be really cool. And hey, you don't think you're supposed to be here on the Flashbang site? Hello there. I'm Maximilian Thunderthighs, and I'm here for my audition. Yeah, I heard you talking. Listen, Thunder Guy. Mr. Lawson has given me instructions. You're not supposed to be here. But he said it was a surprise, and he's on Flashbang, which is a television show, and Warzone is wrestling. I can't act and wrestle at the same time. Yeah, we noticed. Anyways, just wait till Warzone on Saturday. You'll be fine. Okay, now bye-bye. Fine, but I'm leaving my demo tapes by the door. Get the stupid Trashman, get on the show.
Someone needs to let Max know this is not a... I mean, it is a TV show. You know what I mean? Gosh darn it. I guess that's not all we're going to have to deal with here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up in just a little bit, we are going to be having qualifying matches, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We heard about the breakthrough match known as Faction Warfare, a 30-man, 10-team Royal Rumble-style match. Never before in the history of wrestling, and I have to emphasize, never have we ever seen anything quite like 3 men on a team, 10 teams in a Rumble-style match. Can we agree on this? Excellent. So tonight, we already know that Doom has qualified for that particular matchup. We are going to find out who the other 4 teams are going to be. We will have 4 matches. 8 teams compete for 4 spots. And it's going to be off the Heezy Fashizi. So let's find out. Oh, wait a second. Well, we are back live here on Flashbang, and look who it is. Our good friend Kevin Blackwell jumping one half of D&D. I guess he didn't get the message about Moira saying, hey, stay away from my boys. And they're fighting in the chairs. Blackwell out there amongst the chairs being tossed back by Druthulu. Druthulu, he was the one that shook Blackwell's hand a couple of weeks ago after his singles went over Burden. What is happening right now? Oh, no. Blackwell's got him by the throat and a shot right to the gut. Brawling back by the stanchions. They are deep in it, folks. We haven't even had a match yet. We've had a blockbuster announcement from the Omnigeek. Now we got Blackwell jumping one half of D&D. Come on, what is going on? Folks, we got a lot of show to get to, and we don't have nearly enough time for this. Can somebody get security wherever they are down here? Tell them we'll give them like 1/10 of the budget we used on the Doof's entrance 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago or whatever it was. We need security out here. They are brawling all over this place. Come on. As if Warzone wasn't a big enough problem. Jeez, the freaking wheeze. Trying to have a qualifying match, and that's what happens. Lovely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we will have a qualifying match. 2 of the 8 teams will go 3-on-3. All you got to do is win, and you're in here on Friday nights. And tweeting out on social media, Rapture New Road saying, quote, kick his ass, Drew, show him why you do not mess with the D&D family. Also, I'm not trying to interfere in Flashbang per se. I just have a vested interest here. Tell that to the lawyer. I don't think there's much of a distinction there. So, folks, let's find out who our first teams are going to be right now. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a trios qualifying matchup. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 1,355 pounds, the team of the Curator, Dexter Weaver and Lasume, the Skills. And I think Lasume is, I don't think they got the message that those are holograms earlier. So I guess Lasume is, I guess those are ghost pancakes maybe? And a box of Boozios. It's a part of this balanced breakfast, I suppose. And Dexter Weaver brought a trombone.
Introducing their opponent. At a combined weight of 1,022 pounds, the team of Fucking Wang, Sugarfoot Iron, and Joseph Cowman.
So here comes another well-established trio on Friday night. It's Fabulous versus the Guild. One of these teams will qualify for faction warfare tomorrow night. You're not going to have to wait very long. But already talking trash and we haven't even started yet. And here we go, folks, the first qualifying match, and we are underway. Drop kick from the Curator, big power slam by Lasume, and a hip toss by DeWeaver, and the Guild coming out strong. Who you got, folks? Headbutt from DeWeaver, nice senton there from Lasume, and Curator taking it to Wang. Left hand from Wang, looking for the booty right to the face, reversed there by the Curator. Drop kick jumped over by DeWeaver, and here comes Lasume with another senton. 600 pounds across the chest of Sugarfoot Iron. The way it's going to work tonight, folks, we got 3 more matches still to come after this. I have no idea what we're about to see, but we already know Doom is qualified. They are team number 1. By the end of tonight, 4 will join them, and 5 will represent Flashbang in total tomorrow night against the NWO, Omega Club, Conquest Bloodline, Meme, and of course, High Voltage. And now head off the turnbuckle goes Curator. That was the price check there from DeWeaver, broken up by Cowman. And shots to the back of the head. Punches rights and lefts. And now Wang with a spin kick on DeWeaver. Moving out of the way is Lasume, and over the top rope. That won't get you tossed out tonight, but tomorrow night, that would have been an elimination. DeWeaver splash onto the concrete. And both men are down. Lasume wrenching back with a camel clutch. Iron to the outside after Curator. And Wang is still down. And now shot into the corner, Lasume going after Cowman. Reversal. And now chops, boot to the face. And a right hand from Cowman. Curator chucking Iron back into the ring. And now Lasume. Wait for Curator to finish. Double thumb to the chest of Cowman. And now Lasume going after the heartthrob. Look at Wang pulling. Oh, DeWeaver right against the apron, the edge of the ring. And now a knee to the face. And now go to the top rope. Look out here. Curator might fly. Senton, no. And now a drop kick missed. And a kick to the face. And now Curator looking to go after Sugarfoot Iron with a pile driver, and Wang going to the top rope. Wang is in the high rent district. Looking for the drop kick. And got him. And the Curator with that moonsault. The Curator with the bullwhip. The bullwhip. And the Guild is moving on. Curator with the bullwhip. What a showing.
Here are your winners, the team of Lasume, Zach DeWeaver, and the Curator, the Guild!
So the Guild is the first Flashbang team to get into faction warfare. They are grooving. and movement here tonight. What a match! The Guild joins Doom. 2 of our 5 teams have been determined. We still got 3 more to go. But before we wait, I understand that we are about to hear from one Blight Howis.
And again, welcome to my forest. I see Joey's in here again. Too bad for him. I'm sure he would, well, nah, he wouldn't enjoy everything I have to say. Yeah, anyway, I've had a couple of losses and a win since the poison locked my abilities. But you know what? Whoever poisoned me, thank you. You've offered me a challenge I haven't had since before my loss to Wai Li. I'll admit, at first I was a bit worried, and my losses weighed on my mind for some time. However, I've come to reimagine what I've wanted from the beginning. Simply, I still just want to fight. But lately, I've come to finally understand the bittersweet taste that is defeat. I want to continue to fight, with and or without my lycanthropy. To that end, I must admit to a fight I've yearned for so long. Simon, you call yourselves a hunter. Well, if that's true, what do you say to a no-holds-bar, knockout-only fight? Me and you on Friday night, nothing flashy. Whichever form you choose, just an all-out brawl to the end.
What? I don't know what's creepier, seeing Blight wrestle or knowing that he whistles like that. Yeah, that was creepy. And yet, somehow I expected it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told the lawyer has been confronted backstage. What? Do we got cameras back there?
I'm saying I don't know what a schneid is. Like I don't even know.
Well, you see, a schneid is one of the hardest and most difficult matches in Flashbang history.
Right, but like everybody who goes in it, like if you don't win that match, like you fall. Like look at Donkey King. He's like never won that match, and he's never won like ever. Look, I've got a better idea. I've got an idea. Just let me do a showcase.
Fine, but you better not lose.
Brawl Kaizer begging to stay off the get out of the schneid match. I guess Kaiser's... Oh, boy. That match is next.
The following contest is an 8-man showcase match. Introducing first, weighing in at 232 pounds, Brawl Kaizer.
So here comes the Sentai hero. He was begging the lawyer not to put him in a get off the schneid match. So we got an 8-man showcase. He said, I need a better idea. The lawyer said, you best not lose, though. So Brawl Kaizer looking to avoid the get off the schneid match with a big win here tonight. I mean, he might have just made a deal with the devil, though.
introducing second, weighing in at 249 pounds, Alexis Edmenton.
And here comes Alexis Edmenton, dusting off the armor. So as Alexis makes her way down to the ring, we want to remind everybody that tonight's episode of Friday Night Flashbang is brought to you in part by Lowe's. Lowe's. Why? And folks, this is a huge, huge match, mostly because Brawl Kaizer, if you're just joining us, just before this match went on the air, a conversation with the lawyer begging not to be put in a get off the schneid match, and now staring down the battle of an ultimatum from the lawyer of do not lose. Oh boy, and it just keeps getting more and more stacked.
And introducing third, representing Spectre Sonata, weighing in at 224 pounds, the Bad CG Ghost.
And CG, I mean, he looks peppy as ever, but there's something off about him. I don't know if it's a body language thing or I don't know, there's something off. You ever talk to somebody and like the lights are on but nobody's home? You want to talk about a guy who could really use a win, a man who was in that get off the schneid match, and maybe the lawyer has a sense of humor. He came up just short to Dragoon in that matchup.
And introducing fourth, weighing in at 245 pounds, Jack the Questionable.
And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the man that most people assumed took the mask of DeLuna's father, who ran over the PM Ghost, the most utilized mercenary in Friday Night Flashbang. Jack the Questionable, and according to the Omnigeek, it's someone on Warzone. So here's a guy who has basically made it very clear that whether it's for money or not, he is out for one thing, and that is to make a name for himself at anyone else's expense. You know, I can see why Kevin Blackwell hired this guy. They have a lot in common. Speaking of Blackwell, who has decided he's just going to jump one half of TNT here tonight, we understand that Druthulu has been looked at by medical professionals. But Blackwell definitely needs to be put on a leash. He is out of control. First Moira, now Druthulu. Somebody needs to lock down Bareback ASAP. Oh, and it's time to throw hands.
And introducing next, weighing in at 242 pounds, Cool J. Cow.
And here comes the boxing bot. And folks, if you're just joining us, we have had one qualifying match thus far for the Faction Warfare match. We know Doom is in. We now know that the Guild is in after they beat Fabulous, but we still have 3 more still to go. Also tweeting out on social media, DeLuna saying, quote, thank you for your assistance, Omni. I asked that next week I get to address the thief in the ring. I have a few questions. And I can't say that I blame DeLuna. Oh, well!
And introducing sixth, representing APS, weighing in at 259 pounds, Seth Jackson.
And this is interesting. This guarantees that APS will not be one of the teams involved in faction warfare, which kind of makes sense. They work for the brass. They have to stay neutral. And so Seth now getting an opportunity on his own. And Seth Jackson, who we understand is also helping with the Omnigeek's investigation. I wonder if he's the one that dug up that tip. And here we go, folks.
And introducing seventh, weighing in at 365 pounds, he is the Cyber Controller.
And here comes the big bot. We saw the boxer, and now we're seeing the Mega Mech. Eat your heart out, Japan. And Cyber Controller, who has been in a little bit of a role recently, he has beaten all three members of Doom back to back to back. And I don't know how Doom feels about that on the heels of this Trio's title opportunity in Faction Warfare. That is confirmed, by the way. The winner of Faction Warfare will receive a shot at VIP or whoever the champions are.
And introducing eighth, representing the Empire of Terror, weighing in at 405 pounds, the Grim Reaper.
And now the chill in the air falls over Flashbang as the Grim Reaper stalks his way down to the ring. And it was the Grim Reaper who said last week that he was not happy with what Erlking did to Johan Mjolm. And you have to understand or wonder if there's any tension still between him and Erlking or if they've worked that out. We also understand we will be hearing from Wai Li later tonight about Erlking's challenge and threat, all wrapped up in one. Give Erlking a shot at the interdimensional title or he will unleash something on the multiverse, the likes of which we have never seen. Is he bluffing? Does he truly have something that evil up his sleeve? And would he do it just on the eve of faction warfare? And what is Wai Li going to do? We're going to find out later tonight. And here we go, folks. Controller going right after Grim Reaper. And look at Alexis Edmenton tying up with Jack the Questionable, and Jack's running away like a scolded dog. You know, Alexis has had a lot of problems with Jack and the way he conducts his mercenary business. Sleeper Slam. Cool J. Kyo and Brawl Kaizer. Interesting, Brawl Kaizer going after the only winless competitor in this matchup. Bad CG Ghost now teaming up against Seth Jackson. And now there's a right hand from Jackson. Controller going to the outside against the Grim Reaper. Sent up over the top rope. Questionable. Right hand from Alexis and return to Cinder. And a nice overhead belly to belly. And look out here. Q! Dropping Kaizer on the turnbuckle. And earlier tonight, before this match started, Kaizer begged the lawyer not to put him in a get off the schneid match. Said, I'll go in a showcase match instead. And the lawyer said, you had better not lose. And now there's a kick out there by Jack the Questionable after that bow and arrow. Boot to the gut. Here comes Alexis. Leapfrog leg drop. And now Ghost going after Seth Jackson. And now another bow and arrow stretch here from Alexis. Jackson in trouble. Oh, and a slap to the face. Remember, if you're playing along at home. Oh, and there's the backbreaker. Vertical suplex into the backbreaker for CG Ghost. Jackson able to recover. And Questionable telling Alexis to get up. And, oh, the Reaper into the steel steps. Compliments of Cyber Controller. And now Brawl Kaizer. He's got Kyo up. And he's got him down. Brawl Kaizer with the Cosmo Impact. But looking to do more damage to Cool J Kyo before he goes for a pin. And this could be it. Star Buster into the cover to keep Kyo winless.
1, 2, 3.
And he does it.
Cool J Kyo has been eliminated.
Choke slam to Controller on the steel steps. And a big knee to the face. The Grim Reaper with a choke slam to Controller, his head bouncing off the steps. And now the Tombstone Pile Driver, Requiescat Impache, lock Controller into the cover. Good night.
The Cyber Controller has been eliminated.
So the Grim Reaper and Kaizer with eliminations. Ghost! CG Ghost nearly put away. Questionable. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all those who are tuning in. Oh, ankle lock! Ankle lock from Jackson! He's got the Ghost in an ankle lock! CG Ghost in the ankle lock! He's got nowhere to go! Just trying to crawl to the ropes, but able to turn it over. And a kick to the head. And now it's Questionable. Picking him up. And a fallaway slam to bad CG Ghost. And now going after Seth Justice Jackson, trademark pending. And now after the arm, Jackson working on the elbow. And a back suplex reversal. Questionable with a boot. Oh, here it comes. He's got Jackson up. Payday connects. And Edmenton goes head first off the ring post. Payday to Jackson.
1, 2, 3.
And Jackson's gone.
Seth Jackson has been eliminated.
So Reaper, Questionable, and Kaizer all with eliminations. And now Ghost looking for one. Phantom Factory, but Reaper right there. And there's the Starbuster by Kaizer. Starbuster on Edmenton and a kick out. And now again sent headfirst off of the ring post. And Kaizer now realizing that he's down to the final 5. And look at Reaper. Reaper wants a piece of Kaizer. Here he comes from behind. Slapping him away. Hurricane Rana there to the Reaper. And now into the ring post. And look out, here comes Questionable. He would love to beat the fan favorite. Jack the Questionable was one of the 3 competitors along with the Omnigeek last week who answered the open challenge of Brawl Kaizer. As did Rico Rose, who won the match. And now Alexis and Brawl Kaizer working together. Head first off the post. And now into the cover. Will that be enough? And a kick out by Questionable. Here comes Edmenton going after CG Ghost. And now a nice Hurricane Rana. And now lifting up Questionable. Looking for the Starbuster, but no. Boot to the face by Grim Reaper. And now Kaizer in trouble. Look at Questionable and Reaper. Couple of bad guys beating up the good boy. Come on. Look at them just playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots with his skull. And now Reaper, look out here. Heart punch to Jack. And Phantom Factory to Alexis. Edmenton could be in trouble. Ghost looking for his first elimination.
2, 3.
And he got it.
Alexis Edmenton has been eliminated.
So here we go. Bulldog to Kaizer. Looking for the payday on Reaper. On the outside, falls count anywhere. It connects. And into the cover. Questionable and a kick out by Reaper. Able to stay alive, and he's telling Kaizer to keep talking as he walks by. And now all 4 men back into the ring. These are all men that could really use this win. They've all been in get-off-the-schneid matches with the exception of Brawl Kaizer, who's been trying to avoid that, and he's got to win this match lest he end up in one. Though I'm not sure why he's terrified of a Fatal 4-Ways Extreme Rules match. And now dragging CG Ghost towards the center of the ring and continuing to work over that arm as Ghost rolls to the outside, leaving the Reaper in there with Questionable. Kaizer and Ghost on the outside. Here comes Ghost. There's a kick to the head! Oh, and the uppercut missed! Questionable with a kick and a dodge! And Jack has looked on his game. And I may be looking for the curb stomp as we hear from the head chef of MNW that dinner is ready. The main meal tonight is Nashville-style hot chicken made with extra crispy, 3 levels of heat. I can take it. Oh, Lord, why did I do this? And finally, everything is pain. They will be served with a side of curly fries and coleslaw milkshakes provided on order. The payday to Ghost.
1, 2, 3.
And there goes CG Ghost.
The bad CG Ghost has been eliminated.
Kaizer's made it to the final 3, but it's Questionable and Reaper. And oh, he's got him up. He's got Questionable up. Looking for the Starbuster. Starbuster. Center of the ring. Pin him, Kaizer. Oh, and a sweep of the leg. Kaizer getting worked over, and here comes Reaper. And now getting dropped with a jawbuster. Boot to the midsection. Reaper looking for the tombstone, but reversed. Kaizer the reversal. Kick knocked away. Punch to the face. Kaizer staying alive. The tombstone would have surely been the end of Kaizer's dreams. Oh, but he got caught this time. Reaper caught him this time. No! No! Tombstone! Pile driver to Kaizer. No! No! Come on, Brawl! Go, go, Brawl! No!
Brawl Kaizer has been eliminated.
And the Reaper is going to hear the boos from these ghosts. Kaizer made it to the top 3, but he couldn't pull out the win. And now a jawbreaker to Questionable. And Reaper looking for the choke slam. No! Sweep of the leg. Had second thoughts. And now a rake of the eyes. And no love lost for these two. Clothesline to the outside. And now Questionable all the way to the top rope. Crossbody! Into the cover! Off the top rope and a kick out. What a crossbody! And now Questionable ducks the clothesline, and a clothesline from Reaper. And now looking for the choke slam, Reaper. Oh, and a boot below the belt. Side headlock and a knee to the face. Both of these men going back and forth. Reaper and Questionable, and now the payday. Reaper is up. Reaper is down. Questionable for a huge win. 1, 2, 3. And he got him.
Here is your winner, Jack the Questionable.
And on a night where his name was cleared, and he's telling the referee to raise his hand and get out of the ring. And look at that sly smirk. On a night where his name was cleared, Jack stands above the rest in this showcase match. And folks, coming up next, we are going to hear a response to Blight's challenge from none other than Simon the Psycho.
Well now, what a pleasant surprise to return to. Yes, this is just what we need after doing what was asked of us. We address Eric Genericson and the Brass Alphas. This challenge we shall accept. It would make a fine exercise in preparation for what is coming.
What does that mean? Wait, preparation for what? You can't. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, another qualifying match. 2 more teams look to qualify. But if you want to find out who those teams are, you are going to have to stick around. And while we have a quick second, we'd like to remind everyone that Friday Night Flashbang is brought to you in part by, you guessed it, Enraptured Beauty. Remember to love your most beautiful self and use the promo code D&D to receive 10% off your order. Love your most beautiful self with our complete line of Enraptured Beauty products. And son of a biscuit, what did I say? Blackwell going after Bareback. The other half of D&D being sent to the infirmary. And a right hand to Bareback. And now Blackwell trying to pull the arm out of the socket. Come on! And now Blackwell picking Bareback up. Trying to stretch him out. Bareback trying to reverse it. We were supposed to have a qualifying match. Can we get security out here again? Please? And he got caught. He got caught, Blackwell. Blackwell with a single arm spine buster. Right onto the concrete out here in front of us. And they are continuing to brawl, and a big jawbreaker there from Bareback. And now he's trying to work over that arm. Security, can we get security out here, please? Damn it. Unacceptable, just unacceptable. Well, folks, coming up next, we're going to try to get to a trios qualifying match, I hope. Give us just a second. Anybody else want to run out here and start something? You know what? Don't answer that. Trios action is next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Sunday is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 1,459 pounds, the team of the creation, Sandman and Thunderbolt, Caliban!
So it's House Caliban! If you had money to put down on what I'll be on the action board here, put money in House Caliban. What are you doing? So as House Caliban makes their way down to the ring, we have to wonder what team is going to have to go 3-on-3 with one of the oldest tag teams in MNW, and a team that now includes the Creation. The created son of Dr. Caliban, Christopher Caliban. And I wouldn't want to face the Time Bandits in a tag match, let alone a trios match, when they have the Creation in their corner. All I can say is good luck.
Introducing their opponents, at a combined weight of 622 pounds, the team of El Pollo de la Muerte and Otoro Azul, Triple
And here comes El Pollo and Otoro. Triple A and House Caliban. But will it be the Slam Vivian or Demolition Fox to join them either way? This is going to be a hell of a trios match. And tweeting out on social media, Raptor was saying, "That is it, Blackwell. You've messed with my entire team. Your days are numbered. Make up whatever bullshit rules you want, Lawyerson. I'm coming down there and I'm not going to get a rules lawyer to stop me from doing what needs to be done." Well, I'm going to recommend Raptor. You already pissed off the guy once. Don't do it twice. Just we have to deal with the consequences.
and introducing their tag team partner.
What?
Weighing in at 400 pounds, representing AAA,
AAA has a new member! Beep beep! The Sheep has joined AAA! Beep beep, they got a sheep indeed! So Sheepy, who's had his issues with Apex in the past, who was manipulated by Nero Napier, I mean, if the glove fits, I guess. Looks like finally convinced the Sheep to join. So it's going to be the Hug It Out versus the Wheel of Pain as Sheepy looks right at the Creation. And look out here, El Pollo's getting kicked in the face but moves out of the way of that boot. And Thunderbolt going after El Toro Azul. Sandman now tying up with Sheepy. Clothesline from the Sheep. And a clothesline over the top rope. Thunderbolt sending Otoro to the outside. So who do you like, guys? AAA or the Time Bandits? El Pollo with a step-up Enziguri knocked away. And there's a boot to the face of El Pollo. And now look at Sheepy, all that weight across the back of the Sandman. Trying to crush his sternum. And now right hands from El Pollo. Trying to work, and a little miscommunication there with Sheepy. They're kind of figuring it out on the fly, and Creation takes advantage, tossing him to the ground. And a nice knee breaker there, or rather a shin breaker from Sandman, setting up for that figure 8 time loop submission maneuver. And Thunderbolt, meanwhile, on the outside, taking it to Otoro Azul. And a knee to the face of Sheepy, who's in there against Sandman and Creation. And here comes Thunder and Azul. And now all 3 members of both teams back in the ring. El Pollo with a right hand. Chop. Trying to shove away El Pollo, and does. Sandman sending him to the outside, and again in pursuit. And there's El Pollo with a Hurricane Run on the outside. Thunderbolt working the arm over of Otoro Azul. He loves to apply that your money or your life submission maneuver. He's applied it as a crossface from numerous positions. And there's a nice bulldog to Creation by Sheepy. Look at the size of these two. And Sheepy and Creation with some unfortunate history together. Both have been manipulated by the Empire of Terror and Apex respectively. One having their brain replaced, the other being hypnotized. Or so we think. Boot to Otoro. And now El Pollo in the corner. Looking for Poultry in motion. And a kick to the head is missed. Poultry in motion misses. And now Sandman able to take them down. Creation throwing shoulder checks into Otoro. And here comes Sheepy trying to help out. Thunderbolt with a boot to the midsection. And now shot off the ropes. Nobody home for the crossbody. But that didn't cost them too much. Picking up Thunderbolt and dropping him down with an inverted atomic drop. Creation and the Brazilian Bull now going at it. Look at these punches, and there's the time loop! Time loop on El Pollo! Trying to break the hold, the time loop by Sandman! And able to break it. And now Sheepy to the corner. Look at this, counting sheep! Sheepy counting the sheep. We're up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10! Counting sheep to Thunderbolt. And now maybe looking to hug it out. Hugging it out with Thunderbolt. Down he goes. Into the cover. El Pollo blocking him. But there's Sandman to break it up. And now shooting him over the top rope. Sheepy, right hand. And look out here, and a nice exploder suplex off the middle rope. And there it is, your money or your life, but it's from Sandman, not Thunderbolt. Sandman, a variation on Thunderbolt's submission move, but El Pollo, the submission specialist, gets out of it again. And now Sheepy and the rest of AAA have Sandman isolated, and he's in a bad spot right now. There's a boot to the midsection headlock. Sandman trying to fight them all off. But it's not going to happen. Pata de Pollo to the face. This to qualify, but Sandman kicks him away. And there's a right hand, and oh, it's time for the graveyard smash on Otoro. Into the cover. Sandman stopping El Pollo to qualify and a kick out. Otoro Azul staying alive. And look at this. Look at this. Now the Wheel of Pain. Graveyard smash into the Wheel of Pain. The Wheel of Pain. Sheepy trying to pull them down and does. Sheepy pulling Otoro off the shoulders. You can count on one hand the amount of men that have broken that submission maneuver. Sheepy saving the matchup for his team. Most certainly, and there's a wacky elbow from Thunderbolt. Sandman going back to that shin breaker, and now AAA with the numbers not in their favor. And look out here, chicken wing! The crossface chicken wing! Here comes Creation just booted the ref. Creation booted the ref in the head, and that's one way to stop it. El Pollo with a clothesline to Creation. Sheepy! Sheepy! Looking to hug it out! Thunderbolt! Belly-to-belly suplex, but there is no referee! Creation paying dividends with that move. And now Sandman whipping El Pollo into Otoro. Sheepy looking to go after Thunderbolt, looking for another exploder suplex, belly-to-belly to Sandman. And down goes El Pollo. And here goes Otoro looking for that big splash off the top rope. Ole! And he caught all the knees. The Nico knees. And and a headbutt there from Otoro. The bull giving him the horns. El Pollo looking to lock the Creation. In the chicken wing, and Thunderbolt saved him again. Look out here! Thunderbolt! Stand and deliver! Creation into the pin! Sandman has got Otoro! And a kick out by El Pollo! And there's a nice drop toe hold there from Sandman. Or rather from Thunderbolt. And look out here, out of time! Out of time on Otoro! And already Sheepy breaking it up all over it. And now it's El Pollo and Creation on the outside. Sheepy and Sandman on the inside. Reversal. And a shoulder check to Sheepy. Sandman trying to make them qualify. You know he would love to get revenge on Trashman Jones. Triple A might be out of time a second time. Into the cover. El Pollo getting headbutted. Two. And a kick out by Sheepy. Sheepy refusing to stay down. And Otoro trying to crawl to break up that pin, but Thunderbolt right there with a big kick to the face. Sandman going after Sheepy. Creation keeping El Pollo busy. Look out here! Your money of your life! Your money of your life! That crossface submission! Crossface and Otoro! Here comes Sheepy! Is he gonna... Otoro is tapping! Your money of your life, and Otoro is tapping out! Here are your winners, the team of the Creation, the Sandman and Thunderbolt, House Caliban! Good grief! So House Caliban qualifies! So House Caliban will advance. They will be team number 3. I'll make them see. And ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to want to go anywhere. Coming up next, we are going to hear from the interdimensional champion who was challenged last week by none other than Erlking Wes, saying, give me a title match or I will unleash a force upon the multiverse that you have never ever seen. And also tweeting out on social media, proud Papa Caliban, Dr. Caliban, saying, quote, well done, my children, well done indeed. So we now know that the Guild and House Caliban will join Doom in faction warfare for Flashbang, with 2 more spots up for grabs.
I have spent an entire week mulling over a threat that might not exist. You see, that's the problem with Erlking. He says he does not lie, but he will twist the truth any way that he can.
So maybe he does have a threat that we've never seen before, but how grave is that threat that I should give you a title shot for it? These are the things I have had to mull over. I have had conversations with the lawyer. I have had conversations with the locker room. I have spoken to those would-be challengers who would be denied an opportunity if I allowed you to skip the line, Erlking. I do not enjoy being toyed with. Nero thought it wise to toy with me, and how did that end for him? Poorly. But alas, I have never thought you to be the smartest man in the room. So I have to take your threat seriously, don't I? If I am to deny you a title shot, not only will I deal with the repercussions as interdimensional champion, so too will all of Flashbang and all of the Multiverse, which may even include Warzone, unless you're going to give benevolence to your Nakama. You do still love him, don't you, Erlking? So I have made my decision. I will grant you your title shot, only on the condition that whatever it is you have up your sleeve never, and I mean never, comes to fruition. Not that plan or any plan. And believe me, Erlking, if you lie to me, if you try to trick me, I will find you, and I will end you. But you will not have the glory of fighting for this championship at Breakdown 6, oh no. Your title match will be next week, because you do not deserve the grand stage of a pay-per-view. I will put to rest your challenge, and I will find a new #1 contender for Breakdown 6. See you next week.
Well, Wai Li is not playing games. So a disappointed Wai Li accepting the challenge put forth by Erlking Wes. You know, somewhere Erlking has got to be smiling, and you can hear the pain in his voice. But coming up next, folks, an open challenge that the brass has made into a match. Blight Howis going one-on-one for the first time ever with Simon the Psycho. It's next. Wait. Do we have to? Ladies and gentlemen, Wilson, the son of Will.
Hello, shitbags! Guess who's back for one night only? That's right, Wilson, son of Will. The only man in history to ever draw any money for this rancid shithole of a wrestling promotion. Now, I have a small message to deliver on behalf of BIP, the greatest faction in the multiverse, and your current Trios champion. I'm here to say not a single fucking team here on Flashbang is worthy of holding these beautiful belts. In fact, I'd say that none of you are even worthy of being in the mere presence of these titles, let alone the illustrious VIP. Everyone in this arena is beneath us. Mere dog shit on the shoes of kings. The Trios belts that we hold are the most valuable prizes in all of the multiverse. And if you think we're just gonna let them be devalued and soiled by some D-grade mud show like Flashbang, you're dead fucking wrong. To any and all Flashbang factions trying to get a piece of this pie, consider this. If you step up to VIP, you're gonna get your shit kicked in. If you step up to VIP, that PM Ghost little car accident will look like a small nosebleed. If you step up to VIP, you'll wish you were fucking dead. It doesn't matter if you're a bunch of Shawn Michael knockoffs, animal edgelords, or cannoli-munching fat-ass circus trope. We will end you. We will relish in your suffering, and we will still be your Trios champions! Anyways, that's all I had to say. I'll leave your simple-minded basement dwellers to your showcase matches, while I go back to drinking champagne and carrying Warzone on my back. Bye-bye, idiots! Mwah!
Well, that was Wilson, son of Will, and tweeting out on social media in response to Sam saying, quote, "Since when did Wilson draw? He couldn't draw a dollar with a green crayon. House Caliban will be happy to take those belts and bring them to Flashbang and make them mean something." Speaking of meaning something, this match, I don't know where it came from, but it's going to mean something. Blight Howis calls out Simon the Psycho, and it's next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Mizuki Napier and the Crimson Phoenix, weighing in at 355 pounds, Blight Howis.
So the Crimson Phoenix accompanying Blight Howis along with Mizuki Napier, 2/3 of the team that went to Warzone to attempt to qualify for the Trios match. And they were unsuccessful, but they took it to Omega Club. Mizuki, Zephyr Tail, and the Crimson Phoenix put on a show for the ages. So Blight with some backup.
And introducing his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by the Grim Reaper and Dark Lord Popo, weighing in at 222 pounds, representing the Empire of Terror, Simon the Psycho.
And look at Dark Lord Popo, looks pissed that the rest of Apex is out here, and then you see the Grim Reaper, who was in action earlier tonight. So it looks like the Empire brought some backup and Apex brought some backup. And they're showing this man off like, see, Apex, look what we brought. Again, he's been around for a while, but I have never gotten over the size of Dark Lord Popo. At all. And tweeting out on social media, Zephyr Tail saying, "Congrats to House Caliban. Remember, my ship, the Smallbird's Folly, is available for shuttle service to Warzone. 1/2 off normal rates for all Revenge Vendetta cruises. Get cash back on your voyage with the heads of Trashman Jones and Wilson, son of Will." I mean, I feel like they do it for a Klondike bar. Anyway, let's do this. Oh! And now Blight going after Simon the Psycho. Look at the power of Blight Howis. And we have not seen Simon since his match with Jagger Blackthorn, and looks like he's calmed down a little bit. And now sent up over the top rope. And look at him. Oh, look at the referee. Referee is blocking Howis, but he doesn't see this. Crimson Phoenix putting his hands on Simon. And now he's, oh, I wouldn't taunt Simon the Psycho if I were you. Knee to the head. Another knee to the head. And another knee to the head. Howis trying to pick himself up. Oh, and there is a kick to the head. Howis back into the ring. Pushes him away. Look out here. Another overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And into the cover and a kick out. And now into the turnbuckle. Off the ropes. And a nice shoulder check. And again, ladies and gentlemen, coming up later tonight, we understand that one of the qualifying matches will be your main event. So for those of you curious how tonight's going to go, it is all qualifiers, all night drop toe hold. And now picking him up again, and a gut buster now from Simon. And Mizuki looks a little bit worried about her Wolfman. And a nice dragon screw there. And now putting the boots to him. And we are getting a rare tweet from Omega Club member Kelly AFU. Kelly saying, quote, still wondering who gave up that faction warfare spot to Apex. And oh my goodness! And now, oh, he's biting Simon! Blight just biting Simon, and Mizuki loves it. And now a chop to Howis, boot to the midsection. And now putting him up on the top rope. And now a DDT! Feet up on that top rope. Spiking him into the mat. Set up perfectly now. Oh, and look at Mizuki. He was going for the blind side, and Mizuki started talking trash. And now Blight's got him up. Blight's got him up. Argentine backbreaker. Into the gut buster. And now turning around Simon. Oh, this could be bad. Shooting him in off the ropes. Here comes the pounce. And oh, look at Reaper getting involved now. Turnabout being fair play. Reaper talking trash to Howis. And now Simon looking to take advantage. And a sweep of the leg. And now right hands. Blight trying to pull himself back up. And a right hand reversal there. Simon trying to go after him. Look at Reaper almost grabbed Blight's foot. Oh, he picked him up. Spine buster. And raking those nails across the back. And Crimson Phoenix likes that. Shot to the face. There's the kick to the head. And Simon the Psycho again had Blight set up, and again Mizuki got involved. Simon hitting the Psycho twist, but again Mizuki paying dividends at ringside. And now a backbreaker. Shot in off the ropes. Blight looking for that big double axe handle, but missed. Ducks underneath. Gutbuster to Blight. And a spear! Spear to the heart, the howling! The howling out of nowhere, and look at Reaper up on the apron, and Howis is not happy. Howis has had this one multiple times. Reaper has gotten involved. Mizuki's gotten involved. This is just chaos out here. Now Simon going to the top rope, looking for the Mad Howl, but he is able to get up, and Reaper throwing a chair to Simon. He was looking for the Mad Howl in midair. Simon cold and audible. And now Mizuki getting involved. Oh, and Simon's going to get caught. Simon's going to get caught. And again, the backbreaker. Into the gutbuster. Sent into the turnbuckle. Simon turned around. And Blight again setting him up. Same section of the ring, and the pounce connects. And Reaper again on the apron. Referee finally getting rid of the chair. And now a drop kick, no, misses. Right hand. And a back body drop. And look at the kip up by Blight. And now heading to the corner. Looking to hit the Howling on a dead sprint. Good night, Simon. Blight into the cover. Oh, and the referee again distracted by Reaper. And Howis sent back. And now maybe it's time for the Mad Howl. Turnabout is fair play. Oh, and he's throwing Reaper out. The referee is ejecting Reaper from the ringside area. Down goes Simon. And good riddance to bad rubbish. And now head first into the turnbuckle. And Popo trying to complain with the referee. And oh, look at that. Body shot to Simon, and look at him taunting Popo. Simon, fireman's carry there. And now again looking for the blind side. Blight to one knee. And a kick to the head. The blind, look at Mizuki. And now Mizuki doing the exact same thing that Reaper did. Both of these teams know how to use this to their advantage. But I got to admit, it's getting a little frustrating. And now Simon's saying, what the hell do you think you're doing? Stay out of my business. And Blight says, who you talking to, boy? And now Simon into the corner. And now shot into the corner. Look out here. And another pounce. Another pounce to Simon. And now into the cover. 1, 2, and finally it's over. And Blight with a winning streak. As dominant as ever. Here is your winner, Blight. Howis. So Blight with a huge, huge win. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we are going to hear from Alexis Edmenton, who was in action earlier tonight.
Don't take long. I need to know if he's down there by the end of the night. Shit. Shit. Everything is happening at once. The faction warfare, the attacker/attacker still on loose, and then Erlking Wes. I asked Simon about this. Is Erlking capable of this doomsday scenario? Everything I pieced together, every step on my collision course with Empire led me to believe he was. I wanted to try and put my fears to rest by asking the one person who might have been able to. He didn't. Now I think I get why. I made a flowchart weeks ago, never thought I'd have to freaking use it. Suffice to say, all roads lead to a weird bond with Empire right now. No matter what choice is made, Wes is a huge threat. You trusted me before, Wai Li. Trust me now. There is no good decision, but at the very least give us, Fate, the rest of Flashbang, whoever, give us a chance to head him off at the pass. One last thing. The thing Simon told me. Empire is being led more by Snake than Wolf. It still troubles me. I'm not sure it refers to Nero or Apex at all. I have my man checking his last grave, but just in case, Wes, I'll warn you directly. If there's one person capable of bringing ruin on the multiverse, a genie you could never put back in the bottle, I'd say Orochimaru ranks pretty high. My demon, my white whale, and he will not spare you either. If you've done something that stupid, there won't be any going back from that for any of us. God, I hope I'm overthinking this one.
And ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, we are also going to hear from the cult classic, Henry Colt.
Y'all, I have the utmost respect for the sheer quality of wrestling they got on Warzone. They got top tier talent, and they put on a hell of a show every, Saturdays now? Hell, once upon a time, I even entered into a tournament trying to earn a call-up. But that was a long time ago. I might not have gotten called up, but what I did do, along with every other member of this roster, was to push Flashbang to become what it is today. We're our own damn main show, and I think that threatens some of them. You can hear them barking at us, warning us not to step to them. Cultists, these Warzone bozos think they can intimidate us. They think they can walk all over us. Well, we have enough problems without dealing with these insecure, former top talents. But that's not going to stop me from giving them a Texas-sized boot in their ass if they don't start speaking with a bit more damn respect.
And folks, on the heels of that, Erlking Wes is on his way to the ring. The man who got what he wanted earlier tonight, he will face Wai Li next week for the Interdimensional title. Why, hello there, Flashbang. You know, I have to say, I was not expecting such a pleasant evening so soon, but Wai Li, I have to commend you for making the right decision, for making sure that you did your due diligence and your duty as the interdimensional champion and accepted my challenge. Now, the real question is, what did I have up my sleeve? But I guess that's the frustrating part, isn't it, Flashbang? You'll never know. Was I lying? Did he call my bluff? No, so you will never know. Maybe it's a ace up my sleeve for later, but either way, Wai Li, you have played yourself. Because now I have the opportunity to become the first double champion in the history of MNW, because tonight, the Empire is in the Trios tournament. This faction warfare, and I will be leading my troops into battle. So, Wai Li, thank you for giving me exactly what I wanted. Because from this moment on... Oh, well, hang on a second. One of the last standing members of Fate. Here comes the Cult Classic. I don't know what Henry's smiling about. I mean, Fate has been decimated by the Empire. So now, hang on a second there. Let me make sure that I understand what you're saying. You're saying that you will be competing here tonight and leading your troops into battle, which means you're going to be on the Trios team that competes here tonight. Is that? I just want to make sure that I'm not misquoting you. before I go ahead with what I'm going to say, I want to make sure that you can amend that statement, you know, if you want to, Faye King. Amend that statement. All right, let's cut to the chase, Henry. Yes, I'm going to compete in that match, and no, Fate is not going to be in that match with me, all right? Before you throw out some wild thing like, oh, you'll put your career on the line, or you'll put somebody else's mother's house up for sale, or whatever stipulation, I'm not buying it. No, actually, I wish I could say that Fate was going to be in this, but we actually, we had a conversation, and considering our, you know, inability to kind of get on the same page and being scattered to the 4 winds and the Time Bandits doing their thing and everything, we actually, we gave up our spot, actually. It's funny you should mention that because we kind of had to, actually. Wasn't much of our choice, but it did work out. You mean you gave up your spot? You don't have a spot. You're the only member of Fate left standing. Artemis has moved on to the world title. Jagger is facing accusations for poisoning Blight Howis. As you said, the Time Bandits have found their new house to hang with. Johan is my property now, and, that about sums it up. Everyone else has been a temporary member. Oh, or they're poisoned. Right, yeah, no, that's fair. There are people like Alexis and, you know, the guys like Hell's Kitchen who have been in and out, but, you know, neither here nor there. It's just, I went and talked to the lawyer to make sure I understood the terms of the agreement. If I'm not mistaken, Helix beat the Cleaver on Warzone, didn't he? Wasn't that the last guy he had to beat? No, and this is the road we're going down. No, that wasn't the last person that he had to beat. First of all, he should have never gotten a rematch with the Cleaver. That was Trashman Jones's fault. So like always, he's ruining my plans. But alas, no, he hasn't beaten Tigery, the newest member of the Empire. Actually, Tigery's just Johan's wife. She's not really a member of the Empire. You can manipulate her all you want, which, by the way, makes you a piece of shit. But it doesn't make her a member of the Empire. Which means if Helix beat the Cleaver last week, that means you said he gets you the next week, which would mean he needs to beat you tonight, which would mean your qualifying match, since you are going to be in the match, right? No, listen, no. First, Tigery is a member of the Empire. She is how dare, that is inappropriate that you would claim that she is not a part of this. She is a valued member of the team, and Helix should not get his opportunity before he beats everyone in the Empire. Nah, Erlking, I checked with the lawyer. Tigery ain't in the Empire. And, you know, it's funny, because after Helix found out he was going to fight you tonight, he asked Ramund if he could help out. And Ramund kept twitching and talking about how he wanted to put you in the ground. And his hand kept cramping up. And I don't know what, but it was like these 4 fingers that he just couldn't ball into a fist. They just kept, you know, showing up. Have fun tonight. Henry Colt just dropped a bomb on Erlking! What does he mean forfeit? Oh, no. And folks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told that is our main event. The Empire versus Helix, Ramund, and... Are we going to see the 4 horsemen get back together? What? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more qualifying matches, and they're coming up back-to-back, but before we can get to those, we gotta get to this! We are gonna hear now from the MNW Heavyweight Champion, Burnout Vaughn.
What's that? Do your ears deceive you? It can't be! But no need to check that dial because it is your Multiverse Heavyweight Champion of Warzone, Burnout Vaughn. Now, given the circumstances, I thought I'd record this little house call as a kinda public service announcement. Now I know things have changed. I can remember tuning into the first episode of Flashbang back when it was a Warzone developmental and watching the veterans of today as they took their first steps into the multiverse. And I watched closely. I looked at guys like Artemis, Jagger, Graven, and Sandman thinking I could scout one of these guys, whisper in Vin's ear, and maybe snatch up another member for Omega Club. But times have changed, and here you are, a main show in your own right. Hell, these days you've got wrestlers who haven't even heard of Warzone, much less watch it. And that's why I'm here. You see, even with this faction war between brands, the brass hasn't seen fit to book me or my fellow roughnecks. But since there's only one cycloptic, bearded asshole I'd like to get my hands on, we're treating this little break as a 1-week staycation. Just gonna crack open a few cold ones from the top of the mountain and watch you all tear each other apart. So this is a warning to everyone on Flashbang. You so much as look at me, my boys, or even think about my title, I will consider it a personal offense. So you might want to find out about what happened to the last person from Flashbang to make things personal with me. So good luck on Saturday, Flashbang, and know I'll be watching.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the second to last match of the night. We got back-to-back trios qualifiers, and one of them is right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Cartel, weighing in at 505 pounds, the team of the Mad Jester Fool and the Madness, the Mad World. And introducing their tag team partner, weighing in at 315 pounds, representing the Cartel, Victor Vicious.
And so here comes Victor Vicious, here comes the Mad World, the Cartel. And could you imagine if the Cartel and House Caliban qualify? How are they gonna... There is no way they'll be able to work together. That's for damn sure.
And introducing their opponents,
and a lot of people might be surprised not to see Nitzig and Hutch Kale. But Mad World has been on a roll. Oh, look at this!
and introducing their opponents, at a combined weight of 605 pounds, the team of Aqualung, Rico Rose, and Apollo Hades, Vaporwave.
So Vaporwave and the Cartel about to do battle over the fourth spot, the fifth spot to be decided in our main event coming up next. Oh, and here we go. So Vaporwave going to war with the Cartel, the Mad World, and Victor Vicious. And you might ask yourself, as I mentioned before, we are Nitzig and Hutch, but the Mad World have been on a roll as of late as a team. And so Vicious giving them the opportunity to fight to be in this faction warfare match. Oh, and Hades dropping down to Jester Fool. And Madness going to war with Rico Rose on the outside. Vicious and Aqualung on the inside as well. Double axe handle to Aqualung. And tweeting out on social media, Apollo Hades saying, quote, nothing personal. I mean, the Cartel and Vaporwave have been amicable in the past, but anything goes in faction warfare. There's Rico Rose setting Madness back first into the ring post. And now Hades working over the back of Mad Jester Fool, and Vicious taking it to Aqualung, throwing rights and lefts at their head. And now a boot to the midsection. Aqualung working over the leg of Victor Vicious. And look at Jester Fool taking it to the leader of Vaporwave. Apollo Hades sweep of the leg. And so what a blockbuster announcement by Henry Colt, who apparently has stuck it to Erlking. Oh! Madness looking for the moonsault, caught all the knees from Rico. Erlking to lead the Empire of Terror in a trios match. But because of the stipulation that he promised, apparently Helix gets a shot at him tonight. So Helix and Ramund putting together a team, and if Henry's hint was any indication, folks, you're about to get a history lesson. But before we get there, we got to get to this match. Madness sending in Rico Rose and shoving them down to the ground. And a shot to the face there to Rico. And, oh! Kick to the gut. And now Aqualung rights and lefts, and oh, what a kick to the head, and Apollo Hades breaking up that pinfall by the Madness. And now Vicious and Hades, the respective leaders, oh, into the turnbuckle. And there it is, the Chaos Moonsault. And now into the cover. And broken up by Aqualung, boot to the midsection. And look out here, clothesline. Madness taking the head off of Aqualung. And now up over the top rope, Hades going after Vicious. And now a boot to the head. Again, folks, all of this is to qualify for Faction Warfare, which will go down tomorrow night. And the winner of that match will eventually face VIP for the Trios titles. That is going to be bonkers. A Trios title shot on the line in a 30-man, 10-team over the top rope battle royal. Sweep of the leg there by Rico Rose. Rolling through, and he's got the leg bar. Leg bar on Jester. The leg bar on Jester, and nobody to help him. But able to break out of it. And look at Vicious with a clothesline on the outside. And a right hand. Tweeting it on social media, Scott E. Stevens saying, quote, go Vaporwave. And Scott already knows who he will be facing at Breakdown 6. He will go one-on-one with Labris in a rematch. He is 0-2 against the Minotaur. Looking to get off the schneid, as it were. And there's a breakup of that camel clutch by Aqualung. Drop kick to the back of their head by Victor Vicious. And a double axe handle to Rico Rose. Shoulder check there. Madness out on their feet. And now a Hurricane Rana. Nerve hold to Vicious. And now a shot to the face. Look out here. Exploder suplex by Hades on the outside to Jester. And now Rico Rose looking to put away Vicious. This could do it. To advance. Oh, and a kick out by Vicious. Again, the winner of this match will claim the 4th spot in Faction Warfare. And there's a jawbreaker. Boot to the face. And now into the corner. Knees to the back. Boot to the midsection. And now sent into the barricade is Aqualung. Back body drop, the spine bouncing off the steel. And there's a cover by Madness, broken up by Hades. Hades shoving the Madness back into the corner. Putting them up on the top rope. What has Hades got in mind here? Apollo! Look out here, look at this! Backbreaker on the turnbuckle! Aqualung trying to take out Vicious, right hand. And a boot to the gut. And a discus clothesline! Shades of Brody Lee as he just took his head off. And now Hades going to the top rope. Hades looking to take out the Madness. And down he goes. And Madness is down and out. There goes MJF. And it's Aqualung in there with Rico Rose to take on Victor Vicious as Hades tries to keep Madness preoccupied. Rico's got him up. And dropping him across the top rope. And now Boston Crab, they can't tap him out there. And here comes MJF. And a clothesline. And there's a boot to the leg. And now putting the boots to Hades is MJF. The Mad World taking care of the leader of Vaporwave with boots to the gut. And right now Vicious has got Aqualung isolated. Turning them around. And up over the top rope we go. And right back into the ring. He knows that he cannot win this on the outside. Aqualung trying to stay alive. Rico Rose is still down. There's a nice Hurricane Rana into the cover. This is too advanced. Aqualung's going to do it. No, kick out at 2. Vicious able to get the shoulder up with the quickness of Aqualung. And now there's the jawbreaker from Rico. And now trying to break that up. There goes the Madness going after Aqualung. And a slap to the face. And down goes our poor referee. And now up to the top rope, Madness. We've seen them do this before. Victor to a vertical base. Knees to the gut. But there is no referee. Powerbomb to Mad Jester. Fool. Snapmare. And down goes Victor. Compliments of Apollo Hades. Oh, and a clothesline. And now Rico's got him up. Rico with that front slam. And a gut buster to Vicious. 2/3 of the Cartel down. Aqualung trying to stay alive, but catching knees from the Madness. And now Hades and Jester Fool. Oh, and Rico. Rico showing no remorse, using Hades' body to throw it against MJF. And there's the German suplex. Madness to advance! And broken up by Rico. Rico putting the knees to Madness. And now Vicious with a clothesline to the back of the head, right into the ropes, and he is down. Rose is not moving. And now Aqualung, isolated against the leader of the Cartel, and down goes the ref again. Oh, and a kick! But the ref is down, a kick to the head. That spinning roundhouse. And now look out here. Going for the ride, Rico Rose. Rico Rose, Arriva. Dare she? Into the cover. Oh, but Hades breaks it up. Apollo Hades looking maybe for the Beauteous Pain, the reality check, or the Apollo Heat to end this match. But look out here, kick out. Kick out by Rico. And now Madness sitting up over the top rope. Aqualung now into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now slingshotting them back is MJF to Aqualung. Again, the leaders of these two factions, Hades and Vicious, squaring off. And Rose has got Madness. Down goes Aqua, but there's Hades again, who has been all over the place in this match. But there's the clothesline, the Vicious clothesline, folding him up like an accordion. In the cover! Here we go! And it broke it up by Rico. Rico now saving it for his team. Vaporwave refusing to stay down. And Madness being shot into the corner. Apollo turning him around. Vicious with a big right hand. And look at these rights and lefts from Apollo lighting up the Madness. And now MJF, leg drop to the arm. Oh, look at Apollo. Apollo out of the corner, looking for Beauteous Pain, the first backbreaker. And he holds on. A second Beauteous Pain. 2 backbreakers out of the corner. Rico's got him. Oh my God, they get it. Vaporwave with the upset of the tournament. Vaporwave is going to Warzone. Here is your winner, the team of Apollo Hades, Aqualung, and Rico Rose. Vaporwave. So Vaporwave is going to represent Flashbang. Their first win as a trio in their first match as a trio. What a win! And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, apparently we are going to hear from The Creation, who qualified earlier tonight with the Time Bandits representing House Caliban.
For the second time, some ill-mannered jackanapes have chosen to attempt to elevate their status by attacking the House of Caliban. At least the Cartel had a purpose, be it ill-advised. Nakama Worldwide, on the other hand, just wanted attention. I surmise they were jealous of the ascendancy of the Mechanicals and sought to copy them. And they learned their error. Oh, the refuse collector took down the Sandman in a most craven way, only to face death. And his lackeys found challenging my brother and I more than they bargained for. But I say no more. Jones, you have placed yourself on a wheel of pain, the likes of which you have never imagined. My family will have vengeance, but it appears we must earn the right to seek it. Very well. I am officially petitioning to have the House of Caliban entered into a qualifying match. Be prepared for the coming of the creation.
And because of that petition, not like they really needed to, they were able to qualify, and Creation and the rest of House Caliban will get an opportunity to challenge Trashman Jones and the rest of NWO, as well as the other 8 teams that will be involved in faction warfare. It is going to be insane. Also tweeting out on social media, Simon the Psycho saying, quote, "It is sad to see that the actions were predictable, Blight. Somehow we knew that both our packs would have gotten involved in the hunt, but we hold no grudges as a pack hunt together. For now, the victory belongs to you, as perhaps one day we shall have another. Meanwhile, we shall take our leave as we have many preparations to make. A force is coming, Flashbang. Do you hear it coming?" Great. And on the other side of that spectrum, Zephyr Tail tweeting out, "Ha ha ha ha! How do you like them apples, you fey think? I can see why you always wear black pants, Erlking." Also tweeting out on social media, Wilson, son of Will, saying, quote, "That message I sent earlier doesn't apply to Vaporwave, though. They're cool. How convenient." And Michael Macabre tweeting out, "May this be a warning, Warzone. It doesn't matter whom is in that match. VIP, you're losing those titles to Flashbang. Now that the teams have been known, your fates can be summed up in 2 words. Click Doomsday." And folks, before we move on with the rest of our night, we also have a very special message from Electro Reality and their personal statistician, Carla.
Flashbang, I only have 2.5 minutes to state my piece. So first of all, I would like to apologise for Warzone's behaviour, as I am ashamed. Indeed, I am contracted under both Flashbang and Warzone to do the same job, just for different people. And usually, I would take pride in all that I work for. But with one of you today, I am not happy. And I will address that incident later. But here I am now, running around like a headless chook because I have to justify where Electro Reality stand. They are even. They have faced Mad World before on the 21st of August last year, and that's when Electro Reality got the victory. So, it's okay that Mad World won this week, because now they are 1 apiece. In fairness, they still have an equal chance at the tag team contendership. So, Brass, you might have to do something else if you want to re-skew the record. I now have to calm the frick down so I can tell Electro Man and VR what actually happened before their match, because that's why Electro Reality didn't do their best today. I told Electro Man to wait till the end of the show, so he could only speculate with worry until then. I'm sorry that you've had to hear me in this way, Flashbang. It's Warzone that are in my sights right now.
The World Wrestling Federation.
The Bone Warriors do not disagree with Electro Reality. The Bone Warriors believe they are worthy. Therefore, we challenge electro-reality. We challenge the teams of Flashbang who have been held back. The teams like Mad World, The Hell's Kitchen, Electro-reality, and the forces of nature. Next week, one of you will fight to face the two of us. And may the best team win. Because while Warzone invades, remember, there is only one team that has held the titles on both Warzone and Flashbang. And it is us. And at Breakdown 6, we will burn it down.
Well, Spike's saying that we're having a #1 contendership match next week. That's going to be interesting. Mad World, Hell's Kitchen, the forces of nature, and Electro Reality. I mean, those are 4 teams that have never had a one-on-one shot against the Bone Warriors. And yeah, I guess Electro Reality made a good point. The Bone Warriors were like, yeah, you made a good point. How about all y'all just figure out who's next? Well, I'll tell you what's coming up next. Our main event. We have qualified 4 teams for Faction Warfare. House Caliban, Doom, who came into the night pre-qualified, the Guild, and just moments ago, Vaporwave. Those are our 4 teams. We need a 5th. We know the Empire of Terror will be in this match, and we know that Helix and Ramund will field the team. And like we said, if Henry Colt's premonition is correct, we're in for a history lesson, and we don't have to wait any longer because that match is next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a qualifying matchup for the Faction Warfare match. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 572 pounds, the team of Lord V and the Cleaver, the Abyssal Void.
So the Abyssal Void will join Erlking Wes to represent the Empire of Terror, and look at this team. And Cleaver, the man who got the job done against Helix, but thanks to Trashman Jones' interference, and Helix having to chase him off from defecating in the ring. And I wish I was being sarcastic or had a euphemism, but that was what he was gonna do. I guess as a reward, he got the Cleaver one more time, and on Warzone with the home field advantage, Helix defeated the Cleaver. And it's always creepier when the music cuts out. And tweeting out on social media, Henry Colt saying, quote, "This flashbang has brought to you by, in small part by, Colt Classic Cut Athletic Jeans, Kick Like a Colt."
And introducing their tag team partner.
Behold the King of Kings.
Weighing in at 262 pounds, he is the leader of the Empire of Terror and the Fey King, Erlking Wes.
And here comes the Fey King. If he qualifies for this matchup, I mean, he's not lying. He will have an opportunity to become the first ever Trios Champion and Interdimensional Champion, first ever dual champion in NNW history. So folks, this is a huge main event. The last spot for the faction warfare matches on the line will be the Empire of Terror. Left and broken and dead. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the
And introducing their opponents.
Wait, that's the Faces of Fears music. What the hell?
Introducing first, weighing in at 236 pounds, he is the Jester of MNW, Ramund.
While the Jester playing a joke on the Faces of Fear, the group that he blames for the demolition of the new Four Horsemen. And so here he comes marching down to this familiar music. And doing so, he reminds me of Helix. Look at Ramund taking his time. This is eerie. Look at Erlking just glaring at Ramund, the stare down between the Empire and Ramund. 3-on-1, but there's more to come. I mean, this has roots going all the way back to the Flashbang's inauguration when the new Four Horsemen were here. This is insane. It was the Empire that helped conceal Dr. Grimm.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was... Turn the lights on, there's fire!
And introducing his tag team partners.
Well, who's it gonna be? Who's with Helix?
And a combined weight of 510 pounds, the team of Helix Sucks and Cedric Kane. Death Shoes!
That's gotta be Kane! Oh my god, it's Cedric Kane! Oh my gosh! Death Juice is on Flashbang! Apex went to Warzone, and we got the juicy one! Erlking is beside himself. He thought it was going to be the new Four Horsemen. Look at Ramund is laughing. And look at Cedric. Cedric Kane is here. Death Juice reunites for one night only. They're trying to get in the Trios tournament and stick it to Erlking. it's Ramund, Helix, and Citric Kane against the Abyssal Void and Erlking. And look at Erlking's running like a scolded dog. Erlking wants no part of Helix, and Helix going after him. I want a neck breaker there from Citric. Citric has debuted. Citric K is on Flashbang. And this is ridiculous. This is crazy. Mr. Money in the Bank putting the boots to Lord V, and Ramund getting chucked by the Cleaver. And V and Cleaver do not look phased. Close line. And now V trying to rake at the mask. Citric is wearing a mask. And now a sweep of the leg. And Erlking trying to fight off Helix, who has been beating the crap out of him in the corner. And a sweep of the leg. And now up over the top rope. Ramund getting tossed. Overhead belly to belly. Lord V the power. And a spine buster to Helix on the outside. Again, folks, this is to qualify for faction warfare. Only one of these two teams is going to make it to represent Flashbang. And I guess if Apex got a shot on Warzone, Citric gets a shot on Flashbang. Sure, why not? Kick his ass, Seabass. DDT from the juicy one. Folks, this is your main event. And now a backbreaker from Erlking. And Citric looking to break the arm of Lord V. Anyway, where's Citric going? Citric maybe looking at the corner for the sunny DDT, but no, a knee right to the chest by Ramund. And here comes Cleaver, and oh, goodbye Erlking. Erased by Helix. Helix is beating Erlking like a government mule. Right hand from Erlking trying to fight him up, and back into the ring we go. And now Ramund with right hands, and here comes Citric. Citric's got him. Oh, and Ramund. Ramund broke it, or rather Lord V broke it up, and a DDT to Citric. And now Ramund going for the ride. Choke slam broken up by Helix. And Lord V splash, and he caught all of those knees. Those juicy, juicy knees. Freshly squeezed. And oh, no! He's got him by the throat! Citric with a choke slam! A choke slam from Citric Kane! Choke slam from hell! And broken up by Cleaver, and he goes to the outside. Citric Kane just choke slam Lord V! And he catches a clothesline from Cleaver. And now Cleaver with headbutts to Citric. Oh, and Citric might be juicing. And by that I mean bleeding. And look out here, Death's Door! Death's Door! Death's Door on Erlking! Cradle to the grave! Erlking might be on Death's Door as cradle to the grave, but able to turn back around and get out of it. And now Ramund sent to the outside by Lord V. And there's a nice kick from Citric. Oh, and Erlking with a spine buster to Helix. And now he and Lord V able to work over death itself. And a spine buster to Citric. And Citric again fighting out of this choke slam. Able to reverse it. And Lord V with the tombstone. Sit out tombstone from Lord V. Helix is in trouble. Ramund's not going to get there to kick out. And the Jester with a low shot right to the back of the knee of Erlking Wes. And now the Jester on the offensive. Ramund sent to the back body drop. Citric back into the ring. Oh, and a DDT there from Ramund. And now look out here. Flash back to Cleaver. Oh, and he's just saved Ramund. And look out here. The Juicer. Juicer on Erlking. Erlking's in the Juicer. Oh, and Erlking able to roll through it. And oh, look at that. The punchline. He just used Ramund's punchline on Citric, but he caught a clothesline for it. right hand from V and a shoulder check. And now look out here, headbutt to Erlking from Helix. He just sent him into the ropes, drop kick from Citric. Ramund is down, here comes Cleaver. And Lord V might be going for the ride. Oh, and broken up by Cleaver. Oh, but he moved! Citric moved, and he headbutted V. Death's Door to Erlking. Erlking is down, Death's Door. 1, 2, oh, Cleaver broke it up. And look out here, Citric with the Void Slam applied. Double pin though and broken up. And look out, a small package, inside Cradle. Inside Cradle, 1, no. Oh, God. Ramund able to kick out. And tweeting out on social media, Dr. Grimm saying, quote, Caliban, while your boys come to play on Warzone, let's have a chat. No faces of fear, no house Caliban, no cameras, just you and I. I don't like that. I say no. And now Citric in a bad way. Erlking looking for the wrath of the Goblin King. Looking to put away Citric. No. Helix, turn around. Ramund got tombstoned. No, not this way. 1, 2, and oh, Helix got there. Oh, Helix got there in the nick of time. And now Erlking about to hit him with a Wrath of the Goblin King of his own. Helix is up and down. Moving out of the way of the kicks. Big shot to the back. Right hand. And now Erlking going for the ride. Choke slam from Helix. And the Famine drop from Ramund. Famine drop to Lord V. And Cleaver now back in the ring. And look at Helix beating the crap out of Erlking. He has been all over him this entire match. Erlking can barely get any offense in. And tweeting out on social media, Scotty Stevens saying, quote, congratulations, Vaporwave. I know you'll make us proud. And Citric putting the boots now to V. And also tweeting out on social media, Darren Eldrazi saying, hey, Grim, you need security for the meeting. You know who to call. The Omnigeek saying, no, Eric, I really don't like that. Meanwhile, Dr. Caliban tweeting out, Dr. Grim, how could I refuse? I mean, quite simply, just say no. Just say no. There's a right hand. Citric getting shot by Cleaver. Ever since this juicy one has come to Flashbang to reunite with Helix, Twitter is going crazy. Citric over the corner, and V cuts him off. And now Ramund trying to fight off the leader of the Empire of Terror, and he rolls to the outside, leaving Ramund and Citric in there with V and Cleaver, the Abyssal Void. Oh, and a wrench in the arm. And now Citric to the corner. Cleaver set up. Citric's gonna hit him with the Sunny DDT. Sunny DDT on Cleaver. Oh, look at Cleaver sit up though. Cleaver just sat up and broke his arm. And Citric Kane sending him over the top rope right hand. V to the top rope. Ref is down. Ramund is down. Double axe handle. And the Juicer! Juicer on Cleaver! Juicer on the ropes! He's juicing the Cleaver! And a knee to the face. And now slamming the arm of Erlking into the mat. And feasting over the top rope. There goes Ramund after him. And now again, cradle to the grave. Erlking with nowhere to go. Citric's got Cleaver. Ramund's got V. He's got nowhere to go. Here comes Cleaver. Cleaver trying to break it up, and he does. Erlking was in trouble. The Cleaver just saved the match for the Empire of Terror. And look at Citric. Cleaver trying to play games with him. Citric having, oh, he grabbed him by the mask. He's got him by the mask. He just pulled him up to the top rope. And then yanks him back in the ring. The power of the Cleaver. Tweeting out on social media, Kev Gina saying, quote, Vincent, be careful. I do so love tea with you. And Helix taunting now as V goes after Ramund. Erlking with a and another punchline. Ramund's move right to the juicy one. And oh, come on! Come on, the camel clutch! Citra King's own camel clutch used against him. And a spinebuster tombstone to Helix. Tombstone to Helix. Into the cover. Two and a kick out. But look out, Citra King's in trouble. Hearns, charge. Erlking just speared Citric. Into the cover. No. Come on. Damn it. Damn it.
Here are your winners, the team of the Abyssal Void and Erlking Wes, the Empire of Terror!
So the Abyssal Void and Erlking are in the trios match. Great. Erlking, the Cleaver, and Lord V, these are the representatives of the Empire of Terror. That is going to be a hell of a team to get through. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for Friday Night Flashbang. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are. But tweeting out on social media, Apollo Hades saying, quote, since VIP is the only team on Warzone with any talent and the rest of Warzone being tricked into working for Meme, a team they all claim to hate, Vaporwave will have no trouble walking through any so-called competition. And the Sandman tweeting out, quote, I say this is a bad idea, Doc. If you need any of us, Doc, you know where to get a hold of us. And folks, that's going to do it. My name is Eric Genericson. We'll see you tomorrow night. That's right. I will be on Warzone tomorrow night. It is an invasion unlike any you have ever seen. We're going to war. Faction war tomorrow night. Good night.
Greetings, Multiverse. We are known as Simon the Psycho, the Hunter in the Shadows. If you enjoyed this hunt record, then by all means, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Perhaps you might even join us for the next hunt. We look forward to it.